The event was gonna be in 2 weeks' time. So I thought to myself, at least you have some time to prepare. As the day approached, let me tell you guys, anxiety coursed through my veins. The weight of the occasion bore heavily on my shoulders. On the D-Day, approaching the podium, when my name was called, my legs felt like jelly. My heart was racing. I swear I thought my heart was getting out of my chest. When I tried to open my mouth to speak, my mouth felt dry. The devil, you guys. My mind went blank. Doubt crept into my mind, whispering thoughts of inadequacy. Judith, how dare you? Who do you think you are? Questioning my ability to measure up to those in attendance. But deep down, you guys, I knew this was an opportunity that couldn't be missed. Hey guys, welcome back to another classic episode of Becoming Better at Humanity. If you're new here, my name is Judith, and I use my life lessons to train people to get into their greatness. Wherever you are, wherever you are, whatever it is that you're engaged in, I am back to remind you that you have greatness in you. You have the ability to do more than you can imagine or even begin to imagine. So quit playing with your potential. Yeah, stop playing with your potential. On today's episode, I want to share a story that is deeply personal. It's a story that taught me the true meaning of bravery. It's a story that resonates with the essence of what it means to overcome fear and thrive, making you a better person. It's a tale of fear, resilience, and triumph. Yeah, a journey that taught me that bravery is not the absence of fear, but rather the ability to feel the fear, but forge ahead regardless. I am sharing this story, you guys, because I believe that each and every one of us has the capacity for bravery. We all face fears and doubts, all of us. It's how you respond that truly matters. And guys, when you choose to feel the fear and do it anyway, when you choose to stand up for what you believe is right, when you choose to stand up and believe in yourself, when you choose to support yourself when no one supports you, then you open yourself to new experiences, new possibilities. And then at the end of the day, we realize that we are more stronger, more resilient, and more capable of growing and thriving in ways that we never thought were possible. A few years ago, when I started content creation, I had done like 5 videos. I remember this was the one of the lowest moments in my life. I was in maternity leave, and I'm that person who has always worked since I was 18. So just sitting in the house, taking care of this little one who sleeps almost all the time. And I could only sit and stay glued to the TV, which at the time, I'm not a fan of TV. And my friends were busy at the time. So I remember calling my friends. When I could call them, they were like, Judith, we are busy, we'll get back. And then it got to a point I realized that I was turning to be a bother. And for me, that is one of the most weird or worst feeling that I could ever experience. So I remember I took it to God in prayer, and I told him I wanted him to find something for me to do. So that is when he gave me the thought of starting a YouTube channel. And since then, it has been one of the, it has, those things, you see those things that you do effortlessly. I enjoy doing what I'm doing at this particular time. So I had done like 5 videos, and I'm going to do a review someday. I know most of you guys are gonna love my brows. Let us not even get there. Woo! But thank you guys. There are these guys who kept reminding me, who kept telling me, Judith, you need to work on your brows. You need to work on this and that. You need to work on your voice. You need to do, and I'm so grateful for you guys. So this lady from the church I fellowship invited me to a certain prestigious conference in Nakuru as a guest speaker. Those of you guys who are in Kenya know Nakuru. It's a town it's one of the cities in Kenya. And she told me that in this conference, she had about like 11 guest speakers. And she told me that most influential minds in public speaking, the people that I look up to, were in attendance. Guys, the mere thought of sharing a stage with these luminaries sent a wave of anxiety through my veins. Every fiber of my being wanted to decline this invitation. I wanted to run and find solace in the familiarity of my comfort zone. That is what we do most of the time. Oh my God. Apparently, this lady had seen potential in me when I couldn't see it for myself. That is why that is why I'm doing these episodes, guys. I'm doing these episodes. These are my life lessons. Remind you that you have greatness in you. You might not be able to say it for yourself. Someone had to say it for me. And I remember her words. I cannot forget what she said to me. She said, Judith, I know you're scared. I know you are afraid. And it's okay to be scared. But I want you to know that when you are afraid, when you are scared, what that means, it means that you are about to do something really, really brave. So don't let that which you're feeling to kill your dream. And guys, I can sit here confidently tell you that fear kills more dreams than failure ever will. Because you know what, guys? People are afraid to start things. They don't even get to start to that point that they have now failed. So you see what this fear does? It kills more dreams than fear ever will. So she told me that I believe in you, and time is limited. I can't find somebody else. So you suit yourself. Suit yourself. And it was like, okay, maybe it's time for me to start believing in myself a little more. So the event was in 2 weeks' time. I thought to myself, at least you have some 14 days to prepare. As the day approached, anxiety coursed through my veins. The weight of the occasion bore heavily on my shoulders. Doubts crept in my mind. whispering thoughts of inadequacy. Judith, how dare you? You have the audacity. Who do you think you are? And guys, please, if there's something that I can tell you today, you see that negative voice in your head which tells you that you're not enough, that you're not capable. Can you do yourself a favor and ignore that voice? I actually associate that voice with the devil, because this is a voice that never wants you to thrive. But you know what, guys? Deep down, I knew this was an opportunity that couldn't be missed. This is what happens. Sometimes you want to do something, and then there's this voice that tells you, you can't do it. There are people who are more qualified than you. There are people who are smarter than you. And then there's this other voice that tells you, could you please give it a try? Could you please give it a try? Guys, let me ask you, what is the worst that can happen? Let's say, for example, you know what I told myself? The worst that can happen is me going to that stage and then embarrassing myself, people laughing at me. And was I going to die? When you lose your trail of thoughts, for example, and then people laugh at you, what is the worst that can happen to you? Think about it. Or when you start that business, and then the first day, no one comes to your shop. Are you going to die? Of course you're not going to die. Of course you're not going to die. Or they might laugh at you. You deserve it. Maybe for not preparing enough. But again, it's so worth it, because at least you gave that thought a try. So I want to implore you to ignore that negative voice in your head which tells you that you're not good enough, and embrace this voice that tells you, at least give it a try. So guys, I left a day earlier for Nakuru, and the conference was gonna commence at 8 in the morning, and I was scheduled to speak at around 12. So when it was my time to speak, they called my name. Approaching the podium, my legs felt like jelly. My heart raced. Boom, boom. I swear, I thought my heart was getting out of my chest. My palms grew sweaty. The weight of the moment bore down on me. My palms grew sweaty, but I kept reminding myself the reason why I was there. The weight of the moment bore down on me. My breath caught in my throat as I surveyed the sea of expectant faces, their eyes fixed on me, awaiting my words. So when I tried to open my mouth to speak, the devil, you guys. My mouth felt dry. My mind went blank. The words I had meticulously rehearsed seemed to evaporate in the air. Panic threatened to consume me. And for a brief moment, I thought of retreating from this monumental opportunity. This whole time I was looking down. As I looked up, my eyes caught the eyes of the lady who had invited me And she gave me that look that's like, Judith, what is wrong with you? You can't do this to us. You can't do this to yourself. And in that instant, a spark ignited within me. You see that powerful surge of inspiration, confidence, and new energy, reminding me of the genuine enthusiasm I had to train people to get into their greatness. Summoning every ounce of courage, I took a deep breath and I began speaking from my heart. Words flowed, initially stumbling, but soon gaining strength and conviction. I shared my stories, you guys. I shared my experiences. I shared my insights. And the fear that had gripped me earlier on transformed into electric energy, propelling me to move forward. Let me tell you guys, when you decide that now I want to pursue this, I don't know what happens, but what I know, I'm not sure what happens, but what I know happened to me at that particular time is that the universe was supporting me 100%. And this is what I believe, that God cannot embarrass you. At least at this particular time, I knew I had the backing of God. The universe was backing me 100%. As I spoke, I witnessed the audience's reaction, a nod of agreement here, a smile of resonance there. In fact, that is the day that I confirmed that I was born to do this. Encouragement radiated from their faces, fueling my confidence and allowing me to transcend my initial trepidation. In that space of vulnerability, I realized that I wasn't alone. That the most influential minds in public speaking stood where I stood, grappling with the same fears and doubts. There's always a first time for everything and for everyone, guys. So don't be afraid to take that action. Don't be afraid to take that leap, because there's always a first time for everyone. The applause that filled the room at the end of my speech, the applause that filled the room at the end of my speech was more than just a sign of appreciation. For me, it was a confirmation that I was born to do this. A testament to the power of pushing past our limits. I had conquered my fears, and in doing so, I had discovered the limitless possibilities that lay beyond it. It was one of the best days of my life. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us remember that bravery is not a trait for the chosen few. Bravery resides with each and every one of us. That bravery is not about being fearless. Bravery is about acknowledging the presence of fear and summoning the courage to push through it. Bravery is found in a firefighter who charges through a burning building to save lives despite the raging inferno threatening to consume everything in its path. It's evident in a soldier who stands firm on the battlefield, facing danger head on for the sake of their comrades and the values that they hold dear. It's found in a single parent, in a single dad, in a single mom who faces adversity with unwavering strength to provide for their family and ensuring a better future for their loved ones. I also want you guys to know that bravery is not just limited to grand gestures. It can be found in the small acts that we display, in the small acts of courage that we display in our daily lives. It can be found in an individual who stands up for what is right, even when their voice trembles with uncertainty. So let us not be discouraged by the presence of fear. Let us embrace it as an opportunity to grow. Let us stand up for what we believe in, for what is right. Even when no one is looking, even when no one supports us, even when your knees shake and your voice quivers. Together, guys, let us forge a future where bravery reigns supreme and the human spirit soars to greater heights. Yeah, that is what I had today. And I want to thank you so much for giving me a few minutes of your time. And for those who haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, kindly go subscribe. Hit that notification button so that you don't miss out each time I post a video. Until next time, have a glorious and a fantastic time. And may your lives be filled with the brave pursuit of greatness.